Thank you for tuning in to TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Expression Thursday. And I have a very special guest that I am honored to interview today with me. Her name is Godis. How do you feel today?
I feel awesome. I feel wonderful. I'm
Great.
grateful to be here and to have this opportunity to speak with you.
And I'm grateful to have this opportunity to
Yeah.
interview you. I love interviewing people. I found that out once I started doing this on Thursday. So like every other Thursday, I interview somebody, and I love doing it. I really do. So I'm gonna ask you the same questions I ask everybody. So the first one is, how do you express who you are to the world? So how do you express yourself to the world?
Well, I am a spiritual artist, and so I express myself to the world in many different mediums. One is photography. I share the divine woman that is within every woman, which I call the goddess. And that is a reflection of who I am and how I see myself. But I also create fashion. I create fashion from visions that I've had since I've been a child. Most of my garments have what I call wings in them, because I believe that we can fly, that we forgot. And when I say we can fly, I'm talking about in the spirit that we can fly, that we can travel to other dimensions of ourselves.
Yes.
So the uh, the garments are cut at an angle, which allows them to flow. When you cut things at an angle, it makes it more lighter and it makes it more fluid. So a lot of my garments have that in them, and women say they feel free in them. They feel a sense of freedom,
Yes, you do.
of connecting to their spirit. I also write. I write for the Detroit Native Sun, an article called Embracing the Goddess Within, as a way to inspire women to connect with the spiritual aspect of themselves, because after all, this is a spiritual journey that we're on.
Yes, it is.
And we kind of forgot that. We got caught up in the physical self, but actually we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So we are a spirit within a body. And we've come here to grow and evolve through our life stories.
Yep.
So the writings allow me to inspire that in women, because that is where our strength comes from, is from our spiritual self and connecting to the spiritual self. That helps us get through the trials and tribulations of this world and help us to evolve through them.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yes, it does. And it's funny that you mentioned the wings because, and about us flying, because I can't remember if it was something I read or if it was a video I watched where they were talking about at one point in time, humans used to actually fly, like for real fly, like in the sky, like they were real Supermen,
Yeah.
like real people. But so that's interesting. And you're right, your garments do make you feel, it makes you feel, because she's taken my picture before. If you notice in my videos, there's a picture, the goddess picture that's behind me. That's the one she took of me. And when you're wearing the garments and when you look at the pictures of yourself, it makes you feel empowered. It's almost like you can feel your spiritual power coming out and you can feel it resonate with you. So it is a remarkable
Yeah.
experience. So, what would you say is your, because you've already mentioned a few tools that you use with your pictures, your writing. What would you say is your favorite, the one that you are the most expressive with, that you love the most?
Well, what I'm excited about right now is to be able to bring it all together, to do video. I just started doing video since the COVID started. And
Okay.
I'm excited about that because it allows me to uh, feature my photography in the videos, as well as the garments and the women moving in the spirit, connecting with their spiritual self as a way of celebration of who they are in the spirit, you know.
Right.
So I'm excited about future videos, doing future videos, and putting the messages in there that I would normally write on paper. I
Mm-hmm.
can now, you know, put music in there and put words to the music, and the model's moving, so it's just a whole another level. And as you can see from the level of my voice, I'm excited about that.
Yes, you
As
are.
an artist, it's just a different. But also, I'm excited about creating products, journals, excuse me, bags, mugs, different things, celebrating the spiritual aspect of who we are. You know, I tell people, I said, when we look at a magazine, we see every dimension of ourself outpictured in that magazine. We see the
Mm-hmm.
businesswoman, we see the sex symbol, we see the mother, but we don't see the most important dimension, of who we are, and that is the spiritual self.
Right.
And that is the foundation from which our life is built.
Right.
So to me, I feel honored to be able to present to women and to present to the world, this is our spiritual self.
Yeah.
Now you see spiritual pictures, but they're usually cartoons, or they're usually not cartoons, but they're usually images that have been created by artists. But you don't see real women depicted as spiritual women,
No.
divine women, sacred women, or holy women. You don't see that.
At least not anytime recent. You'll see it
Yeah,
maybe in
biblical times
yeah,
or something like that.
but not now. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it's the resurrection, of the spiritual woman.
Right. So, what would you give as far as advice to somebody else who's trying to find how to express themselves or how to bring their inner self out? What advice would you give them, like, to tell them?
What I did was, I knew, and I think a lot of us know, that that we're not truly being who we are. And how do you know that? Is sometimes when you do things or you say things, you'll say, "That's not me." Why are you saying that? Because you know that there's another dimension of you that's greater than what you're being. But the question is, how do you access that part of yourself? How do you connect with that part of yourself?
Yeah.
And for me, what I did was I went to God humbly and said, "Who am I? Who did you create me to be?"
That's powerful.
Because you got to go back to the source that created you.
You do.
And so when I went back in meditation, I said, "God, show me who you created to be. Tell me who you created me." And so I began to have visions of who I truly was and what I was here to do. And so I am in alignment with my truth. And I feel whole in that. I don't feel fragmented anymore. I don't feel scattered anymore. I know who I am, and I know why I'm here. And it's like, if you look at creation, when God created creation, everything has a purpose. Everything serves a
Yes,
purpose.
it does.
And I say, let the hand be the hand and let the heart be the heart. So be who you came here to be, because you have a purpose and you have a function in being true to who the Creator created you to be.
Yes, and you are a piece in this huge puzzle. So
Yes.
that is excellent advice. That is excellent. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for doing this interview with me.
so
It's been a
welcome.
pleasure. Like, you guys just got some really powerful information from her. I hope you appreciate the information she just gave you and what it can do for you, because it's beautiful and it's a powerful message that she just gave you.
Can I say one more thing?
Uh-huh.
Is that the thing that has been, I want to say, destroyed in women's minds is the image of themselves. It's been
Yes.
desecrated, in the world. And so we have to go back to God and see the true image of who we are, because, through vision we are transformed. So we need to see in the spirit who we truly are. And so in that, we can rise.
Yes, yes. And I would say women have really gotten far away. And I don't really actually blame it on the actual individual woman. There's a lot of programming that's going on out there. There's a lot of images out there telling us who we should be, what we should think, and how we should act, and what's popular or what's not. Like, you want to be the tough girl, like, you're not gonna do nothing to me, I can handle this. Or you want to be the feminine one who's very dainty, or we have all these images that they put out there for us to. Where do you fit in? You need to be in one of these boxes. You need to be one. And I say, throw away the box.
Yeah.
Throw away the box. Don't nobody need a box. Throw away the box. Be who you are. Just like
Yeah.
you said. Be who it is inside of you that you feel that you need to be. Let that person shine. So like you said, when you do something and you hear that information and it's like, okay, well, why did I just say that? You knew that didn't feel like you, and it goes with you. You carry it until you reconcile it, until you go back to that person and say, you know what, I really didn't mean to say what I said. I don't know where it came from. I apologize. Because otherwise you feel it and you hold on to it and you hold on to that guilt because you know that wasn't you.
Yes.
And that wasn't something that you want to do.
Right.
Or the person you want to be.
Yes.
So I'm glad you put that in there, because that is something that I think a lot of people need to hear. Men and women alike, young, old, everybody.
And the thing is that, everything has its time and season. And, when the age of Aquarius came in, and they call it the time of revolution or the time of the Great Awakening. And so that's what's happening now. We had to play out all them roles, That's a part of our journey, our story. We all had to have those experiences, and that's what Earth is about. It's the land of experiences. And so now it's time for the Great Awakening, and that's what's happening in women. There's a spiritual awakening
Yes.
that's happening within women. And so as women begin to evolve, then other women who are not on that path yet, they see the light in her and the peace in her, and then they have a model of what they can become.
Exactly. Exactly. That's excellent information. All right. Was there anything else you want to add?
I can go on.
I know, me and you can sit here and talk for hours.
I know, and we have.
And we have.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm excited about the time that we're in.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. This is a very powerful time, and I think today is new moon too. So that's a lot of changes and revelations and stuff coming up for people. So yeah. So I just want to say again, thank you so much for doing this interview.
No, thank you.
Yes, and I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys really appreciate the information I was shared with you today, because like I said, it is powerful. So that's the message for today. I want to thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.